Hello there everybody, this is Tamikaze007. Now welcome to Genesis. This is a new MOBA that just came out today. I was not aware that it was even coming out or anything was in the production, but I always get excited when new MOBAs are released because I like to see how they stand up to the competition. Now of course League of Legends and Dota being the top of the top, nothing seems to ever be able to beat them. And I highly doubt this game will either in terms of popularity. Now with that being said, I really don't even like to play League of Legends because it's on the computer. I'm a console gamer. I have played League on the computer. I do think it is fun. But there's always been the issue of me having a good computer or laptop. Now I know I'm talking over this information, I guess you could call it, about the game. I guess it has a story as well as a campaign. You can do all these different things in it, but I doubt that many people will actually care about it. If you really do, you can read the subtitles and see what's happening on screen. But me, personally, when I watched this, I was not that excited about it. I was more interested in the gameplay and what kind of things they were going to do with the game. Now, going back to the League of Legends comparison, the Dota comparison, I always have wanted a MOBA on console that could stand up to them. And that seems absurdly difficult to do, due to the fact of just how the game works. You know, hitting Q, W, E, and R in League, tapping the mouse literally everywhere you go. It always seems really hard to just find a way on console to convert that gameplay onto a controller. Now, this is Tamikaze from the future. I'm not talking in real time while I'm playing this game. And I have to say, the gameplay, as you'll see, feels pretty good. Other console MOBAs like Paragon, I actually did really enjoy Paragon, but they stopped, they shut down the servers. They just stopped the game entirely. And right here, you're gonna see some of the gameplay, actually. So it just hops you right into it when you start the game. You just move, you're playing as this, I guess he's an AD carry? I'm not too sure, because I haven't played much of this game, but I'm going to assume that standard roles apply and that this guy is an AD carry. His name's Apollo, uses a bow, pretty standard stuff. Now as you saw there, you could either just mash the X button and it would just like continuously fire, or you could just hold it, and later on, when you see the options, it'll have like target nearest enemy, target lowest health, yada yada yada. And these are how skills are used. They're mapped on left trigger, right trigger, L1, and R1. And it appears that Apollo's left trigger is like this. You can rotate it, you can move it wherever. It actually feels really nice. And it's not too hard to aim it, believe it or not. Now, comparing this to, as I was talking about Paragon before, Paragon got shut down, which kind of annoyed me, but at the same time I understand. And then Smite is the other big, I'm going to say quote-unquote big, because I hate Smite, believe it or not. I always hated the cartoony look, the characters that they created, the gods. They never really felt good to me.
What on earth is that? It speaks our language. Don't underestimate your foe. Fight it with every...
Now I stopped talking there for a second, because this is interesting. I didn't actually know what this would be. Like this character, I was wondering if it was a campaign exclusive thing, or if you could find them in combat and multiplayer and PvP or whatever. I still don't know, because you'll see an AI battle later on, and I walked around the jungle a bit, I killed some big boys, couldn't find them anywhere. So this little fancy cutscene, you know, doesn't happen every time you kill them. That would be impossible. In PvP especially, that would just be stupid. If any time somebody killed, like, the Rift Herald of this game or anything, that happened. So I think that guy's like a campaign exclusive, maybe he's only in the tutorial. Don't know, probably not going to do too many videos on the campaign, if any at all. Because I don't really care about a game that just tries to force story into it. I just think it's stupid when a game is just sold on multiplayer. Like, it sells me on multiplayer, but it has a campaign for no reason. It's like, yeah, sure, maybe the campaign's a little bit fun, but the multiplayer is really the selling point.
To activate Medusa's shield.
So as you'll see there, you can activate something called Medusa's shield, which I guess you can buy in-game, either in campaign or in PvP. I guess in the campaign it'll negate special effects or something. I didn't read it too much, as I don't read too many items in here, as I just really wanted to get a feel for the gameplay. The items themselves, noticeably, as it's kind of interesting. If we go back to comparisons in League, some items would have active effects. It seems that in this game, items will have active and passive effects. And this other character that we see here using skills, maybe even an ultimate right there, not too sure, haven't touched her yet, but she is a character that is playable in PvP. Looks kind of like a mage fighter, not too sure, because she seems to be close range, shooting stuff from her fist and then exploding. Doesn't seem anything crazy long range. Now here you'll see the shop, where it'll only let me buy one thing because of the tutorial. But it seems pretty expansive, it's got recommended, maybe you can build your own sets. I didn't mess around with that too much, as the only character that you get in the beginning are the free ones for the week, the free rotation, and Apollo. So right there I activated my active effect and just started using items, blah blah blah, using my abilities, and it really worked out. There you can see like a danger like zone, which is interesting because I'm hoping that in PvP monsters will do that and have different ways to hit you other than just trying to auto attack and blah blah blah. Because it would be pretty boring if you could just literally be level 5, walk into a camp, and just absolutely decimate whatever's in there. Now, I have not played actual PvP. As you'll see here in a moment, I only play an AI battle because it forces you into a quick match for your first game, so it can just kind of get you to feel what it's like. So, I'm going to be comparing this to other MOBAs a lot if you didn't already find that out. And I should, because every MOBA is essentially the same thing. The only difference being not even gameplay, but just the characters and how they work. Of course I picked the duck as my avatar here, because why would I not? This guy, it looks like I would never ever play him. And before I can show you guys anything else about the main menu, which is basically what I really want to do, other than show gameplay, it's just going to throw us into a quick match here. And the only character that we can pick, of course, is going to be the character that we unlocked, Apollo. It doesn't even let us pick any other free things or anything. Just throws us right in with Apollo and these other characters, who we might not even know yet because, well, the game literally just came out. And I think there's 28 characters on release, which is kind of impressive. Now I'm going to skip the loading screen here because it's just pointless. And as you saw there for a split second, I picked a mastery in the beginning, which I guess you can just do. You pick the mastery while you're loading into the game for 60 seconds for a minute. And here it's just explaining, this is the core, destroy it, you win. But the little interesting thing here is with this game, if your team reaches 60 kills, you win the game. It doesn't matter. And I'm talking over this because if you've ever seen a MOBA or played one, you know what this is. You know what laning is, you know what towers are, you know what inhibitors are. And this here is basically showing you what your teammates are going to be like. Because for nobody who's ever played a MOBA, they're going to try something stupid like this. I know I did whenever I first got into League, back in years ago. And now, I don't really play MOBAs anymore. Like I said, I mainly play on console. So, having a MOBA out on console is super interesting, especially when it can be done like this. The idea that you can have a top-down game and have it still feel pretty smooth, pretty polished is impressive, honestly. Especially because I heard nothing about this game. So here it's showing us the map layout. Standard map for a MOBA. Got your jungle, and your lanes, and then the big boys. The interesting thing is that there's two big boys. Now, I know in League there's always going to be the dragon, and then the Rift Herald, or Rift Master, whatever it's called. I know I got the name right before. Now here's something interesting. You can always have spells in MOBAs. And it seems like in this game, you are limited to one, perhaps. I'm not too sure. Maybe it just threw me in with that. You'll get to change them later, once you get more characters and whatnot. You can teleport to any tower that you and your team controls. Now here I open up the store, and I'm trying to, like, you know, see if there's any way to click on things. You can go into the different trees, and they'll have lower priced items. But you can pre-order items. And if you click on the pre-order, it'll start building that item first, which I think is pretty interesting, especially since the game hasn't started yet. So you can basically map out your build. Here, I was just testing what would happen if I hit the auto-attack button. And as you saw, I was actually shooting. So I found it really interesting that you can attack and basically whiff attacks if nothing's next to you. So enemies that can teleport away, or become invisible, or become untargetable by basic attacks, it's going to be odd how that plays into the actual game. So here I was just basically reading what my skills can do, because I found it interesting that this guy had 2 passives, but later on when I look at the controls, there are buttons like L1 and R1 for the middle skills, even though it says both of his are passives. So here's basically what it looks like in the laning phase. I guess it just wanted you to play mid. You can literally go wherever you want. It's bots. They're stupid. But the game wanted you to just farm mid for now. So that's basically what I do. Later on, I do run around and try and show you other things. Now here, I don't know if auto buy is on, or if you select a pre-built build, that it'll just throw these items in your face. If there's any way to get rid of that, there probably is. I'm still not too sure right now, as this game is brand new. So I just left it on, and I just bought whatever it just threw in my face. Because once again, it's an AI battle. The AIs are basically going to be comparable to people who have never played a MOBA in their life. So, as you can see here, I don't go for the kill really. I'm just testing out how the mechanics work on the range. As you saw, even though a minion entered my circle, I was mashing X, or I think I was holding X actually, as I said you can actually do that. And if the hero's health is lower than the minions, I am pretty sure that it will target the hero no matter what. Or if you hit him with a skill, it seems to target the hero or the champion or whatever they're called in this game. So that being said, I was super curious how this game was going to handle that, because in other console games like Smite or Paragon, you would have free aim, like it was a third-person shooter, and you would have to do your best to aim your basic attacks at the enemy. In this game, it seems, as long as they're in the circle, you will attack them. As long as they're within your range, and there are no minions, or you shoot them and hit them with a spell, ability, whatever, it seems like you will target them first. And that's very interesting to me. I was always wondering how they would deal with something like that. Now, as you see, this guy just stands still, and I get my first kill, technically, and I'm like, woohoo, who cares? The overall gameplay actually feels really, really good. And I'm sure later on people are going to figure out how to abuse it and absolutely destroy you at it, because people are going to get way too good at this game, just as they do any other MOBA. But that's okay, you're just going to have to learn and adapt. That's all that this game's about. Now this was interesting. I held up here, and I placed a ward. So I'm guessing wards can only be placed in jungle, and or if you're in lane, you can come over here and place wards. And wards, you know, they count back up over time. You can only use a certain amount. You can't just continuously use them. Now here I'm just deciding to farm some jungle minions because I was curious. In other games, you would need to bring jungling items, or like in League of Legends, you would have to bring Smite as an ability. Now, I don't know if there's anything in this game like that, so I just decided to go jungling and see how easy it was to kill jungle monsters. It takes a while. As you see here, I was just holding the X button and shooting him with, not my ultimate, but my left trigger, which is like an arrow rain, kinda. It slows people. Now, that is a berserk cell. I don't know if that always spawns there, But as you see, I go back to my mid lane, and I just absolutely obliterate this AI. You'll see how fast my attack speed is right there. That is obscene. I don't know if the jungler just gets that permanently, because any jungler with a stun ability who's able to gank efficiently will just destroy having that. It seems kind of ridiculous. But I don't know how in-depth this game goes in with jungling and items and spells. So, just seeing that kind of blew my mind. I was like, wow, that was ridiculous. Here I get hit with an ultimate, and I'm like, wow, I don't really care, because, once again, it's an AI game. It's supposed to be easy. See, I just obliterate that guy. We are tearing through towers like nobody's business. I'm sure that an actual game, like against people who are near your skill level or are better than you, and your teammates are just absolutely flaming you and are toxic, would take much longer. Now, there, it just told me to go back up my teammates and go basically get, like, the Rift Herald. So I wandered over and I was like, okay, I guess I'll check it out. So as soon as I shot, the AI went towards him. Now, in, of course, real PvP, you'll have to communicate with your team and probably bring up the menu and say, hey, kill whatever this guy is. I don't know his name. But target him, kill him, or something. Once you have your lane clear or killed some enemies. So I killed him. I stood here, and I got an item. Honestly, I don't know what it does. Because, as you'll see, I actually go back in lane, I hit my active button, and it just explodes. And I'm like, cool, what did that do? Did that give me, like, superpower or anything? But, I don't know. I didn't really see a difference. Maybe it increased my attack power, because it does. I do seem to be chewing through things, even though I am ridiculously fed, and it is, you know, AI, so they're way lower levels than I am. But the interesting thing is, it didn't go away. It wasn't like a buff that I could only use one time. I got to keep it. And my team doesn't get it, I get it. So I don't know if it'll be a thing where you have to, you know, decide who gets it, give it to your carry, or give it to the jungler or somebody. Because it seems to be only made for one person. And that is interesting. Because MOBAs are all about teamwork. And if the game just decides, hey, let's make items that only benefit one person, then only that one person is going to get cocky and start just absolutely demolishing everything. I don't know exactly how much I like that idea. But you never know. Here I just obliterate the other Apollo because I'm like, alright, I'm fed, die, I use my ultimate. I'm guessing Red Trigger is your ultimate, L2 is like your first ability. Here I actually don't notice the minions die, and I almost die myself, because they absolutely got demolished. Doesn't matter though, because, once again, I'm not stupid, and their team only has one kill. Now, here I actually, maybe it's not here. Later on, I do try and use my ultimate ability with nobody around, and I want to see if I can just whiff it or just use it. So in case I, you know, do an accidental button press, like I wanted to see what happens. You actually can't use his ultimate ability unless there's somebody around you. Here I actually get to fight another guy, because I'm like, well, I might as well just kill anybody else because I am at the core. And this game is going by super quick. Now, with the game just being out, actual games might actually go this quick. I'm not too sure. As MOBA games normally go on for a while. I want to say, you know, 20 to 25 minutes being the average, regardless of what other people say. And there, you actually saw, I fired my ultimate. It seemed to hit another guy way farther on. And that might be because I have it set to nearest health. Here it takes a while for the victory screen to pop up, and that's all fine and dandy, I really didn't mind. Once again, this is day 1, so I'm expecting a lot of change to happen in this game, once people find some broken combination of items and a hero, and all things like that. So that was all the gameplay you're really going to see for this video. If that's what you really wanted to see, you can turn this off right now. I hope you enjoyed. Just basically me rambling on about what I thought about this game, the things that I noticed, the comparisons to other MOBAs, because that's where it's probably going to end. From now on, I'm going to show you the main menu, and I'm going to show you all the heroes. I don't show their abilities because I actually didn't figure out how to find it until the end because I'm dumb. But I go around and I check out everything that's on the main menu. I see what the game has to offer because that's what I'm really interested in. So it pops up this guy and I'm like, whoa, okay. First of all, the guy's got a great sword, and that I like. Top laner, here I come. I don't have anything in there. I back out. This loading screen pops up a little too often for my liking. I wish it would just, do a black screen or something quick. Here I found a loadout with equipment in it where I have nothing, and this concerns me. I'm worried that the game is going to start selling items to you. And you can buy items with real money, and they'll just buff up your champion hero into infinity, and you never lose. I hope that isn't the case. Maybe it's a level up thing, and the higher level you are, the more things you get to equip, which is like, okay, fine. As long as it doesn't put me, a level 1, with like, I don't know, level 99, and I just get absolutely obliterated, and my team's angry, and blah, 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 blah. Because toxicity kills games. So, I don't know how long this is going to last, but if you guys are interested, sign in and get all this free stuff, because it's free stuff, and you want it. And from what I see, the main heroes are a ridiculous amount of in-game currency. I think one was like 18,000, and the game only gives you 9,000 at the beginning. And it's like, well, maybe I want that hero. Then you have to spend actual money on the game. So, I go into the depot, I find some crates, they cost keys. I don't know if you get keys from playing the game, or if you have to buy them. You probably have to buy them. The store where you can buy skins and all this other stuff. But for what people really want to see, I'm going to show you guys all the heroes right now. And I guess there's 27. So, this guy, I'm not too sure, looks somewhat like, I don't know, he reminds me of Ziggs for some reason, just his outfit. This character, don't know how to feel about her. Has a lot of the same voice lines, looks like punchy top laner. Now, we saw her in the campaign. She's got like a DJ Sona skin going on, kind of looks like a fighter mage, like I said before. Not too sure. And as you'll see here, the skins look interesting. The skins actually look pretty good. The thing that I don't show you is, if you notice, all the weapons stay the same, even when I switch the skins. There are weapon skins in the game as well, which annoys me. Now, this game is free and all that, but I can see how people would be greedy for that. And this is a character that I feel like would be my main, because look at this. This character just looks amazing. Just looks like bait. But one of the things you're going to notice is that over these characters, some of them aren't available to buy with in-game currency, it looks like. Which really worries me. Now, you see here, this guy can be bought with in-game currency, not his skin, of course, because, gotta be greedy and gotta get money. The game developers want money, and that's understandable. Just can't pump out a free game and just continue on like nothing's happening. You need some monetary income, which is understandable, but some characters don't look like they can be bought with in-game currency, and that worries me, because that means all the best characters are probably going to be locked behind a paywall. Now here, also kinda, all the characters were looking mega unique and mega interesting until I saw this Zeus guy. And I was like, Zeus, that just immediately reminded me of Smite. I hope he doesn't play the same way. I hope they're not just going to take assets from other characters and make them, like a character from League. I don't want to copy-paste. I don't want anything like that. I want uniqueness, and I want the game to be fun and fair and balanced. It's a MOBA, that's not going to happen. It's always going to be broken. No MOBA is 100% balanced. And I understand that. But from looking at this game, from looking at the characters, and from just playing that little online AI match, I'm of course going to have to play more of the game to really get a feel for it and understand if I like it. My final verdict from just playing this game, the little bit that I saw, and seeing all the characters, I like it. I'm not going to say I love it, because it's a MOBA. I don't really think I can love a MOBA to death like I love other games. This isn't going to be the Persona 5 of free MOBA games on console. There's no way. But for what it is, I think it can be enjoyable. I think people can really get into this and have fun. I'm not saying that it's going to be the League killer or even the Smite killer, but are people going to be flocking into this game and playing it because there are a lot of people who like MOBAs and a lot of people who like playing them? Yes. I do believe this game has potential to keep going. Oh, I just really hope they don't break it, and I hope they don't lock everything behind a paywall. Because that would be ridiculous. Now maybe some new characters I can understand. You want to play them early? Here you go. Here they are. Buy them with real money, you can play them early. That I get. So those were all the characters. I know I didn't go in depth with all of them. I didn't talk about them all too much. But they all seem pretty interesting. They don't have the feeling of, wow, that is just that character from League or that character from Smite, except for, you know, Zeus. That's the only character that I really got a vibe of another character from. Now here they have all these things that you can buy, either with real game, in-game currency, whatever, and those were all just effects. It doesn't seem like anything that you buy can affect gameplay yet, other than the gear section that I saw, which kind of had me worried. Here you can see the options, you can read them for yourself, see all the different things you can do. I touch them a little bit here and there. But I'm going to give my final thoughts about this game. Like I said, I like it. But my final thoughts in terms of it being a MOBA on the PlayStation, I don't know if it's on any other console, but it is on a console. I want it to succeed. I really do. Because I liked playing Paragon. I don't like playing Smite. And I don't have a good computer or laptop that can run League, as many people really don't. With that being said, I hope it doesn't flop. If it does, I will be severely disappointed. I want a MOBA on console. I want something that can keep me entertained, keep me going, and possibly something that I can put my time and effort into being good at. So, hope you enjoyed this little surprise video. I had fun making it, and I had a lot of fun explaining it to you guys as well. Gonna run out of time here real quick, but that's okay. With everything being shown, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this really feels like a rant, and I just kept talking and talking and talking, but I had so many thoughts that I really wanted to put into this video. Because it's rare to see a MOBA on console, to just see a new MOBA at all, that can pique people's interests, and this seems to be doing just that. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Check out the game for yourself. Maybe I'll see you in there. Hopefully it does not go down the hill of wanting everything for money. I hope it can be play to win. And if it's pay to win, I understand. It's a free game. They want their money. Gotta respect that. Nothing in this life is truly free. But, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in more videos to come. Alright now, see y'all later. Bye-bye.